Jeff Pasquino back with fantasy football this week, everybody. Some interesting quarterbacks out this week, which means we'll take a little deeper this week into some of the quarterbacks that you could be looking at. And how about a guy like Dak Prescott, who had the bye last week, so he might have been forgotten. But is he a guy that if you had on your bench last week, you want to get back in your lineup this week?
I think he's a great matchup. He's one of the rushing quarterbacks that offers double threats, which is fantastic for fantasy. Gives you both options to put up points. He's at San Francisco, but San Francisco has played 3 games in a row on the road, including 2 trips to the East Coast. They're banged up. They're 0-6. They're tired. I like Dallas. All the big guns.
Okay, let's go to the running backs. If you have a question for Jeff Pasquino from thefootballguys.com, keep your text messages coming. We'll get to them. Wow, we just got an influx of text messages there. 609-403-0973. PT is compiling all your questions. We'll run through a couple of running backs here for you. The rebirth of Adrian Peterson. Should he be in your fantasy lineup?
He's a solid running back, too, this week because, again, the Rams are not good against the rushing game. And Adrian Peterson is getting the bulk of the carries. He's not as shifty as he used to be, but he can still plow forward. I expect 100 yards and a touchdown from him this week.
All right. How about let's go to what is going on with C.J. Anderson in Denver. The week I played him, he went crazy. He hasn't done anything close to that since.
Well, that game did not go according to plan at all for anybody. So, and there's rumors that they're going to get other running backs in the mix. They've been using 3 different guys, including Charles. And Devontae Booker's in the mix. C.J. Anderson's still the lead guy, but the script has to play out just right for him. I don't trust him in this matchup this week.
How about let's go to Tevin Coleman against the Patriots this week? We talked about Matt Ryan against that defense. What about the running game?
I'm really looking more towards Devonta Freeman. If you look at his home road splits, it's kind of a mixture there. Freeman against New England. New England, you can do anything you want against New England, but Freeman is probably a good option. Coleman gets a lot of catches at the backfield. If you're in a PPR league, I like him a little bit more than Freeman, and vice versa if you're not.
Orleans Darkwa last week, over 100. You putting him in a lineup this week?
No.
That says about all
that wasn't enough dose.
That says all you need.
Seattle and Darkwa, no.
What about with Wendell Smallwood coming back this week? Does that bother you playing any of the Eagles running backs?
I'm looking mostly for the passing game for Philadelphia. They beat Washington once already. Both cornerbacks are going to be out for Washington. This is a Carson Wentz, Travis Ertz, Aguilar. Both those guys are going to get in the end zone this week.
Derrick Henry. Murray's got a hamstring problem. Should Henry be active?
Yes, and I think that Murray could be out this week. They're finally letting loose that he could be doubtful, and Henry is looking to be a running back 1 if he is.
All right, we'll go to the wideouts. Again, if you have a question for Jeff, we'll try to fit in as many as we can. 609-403-0973, although I think we got a record number of text messages right now. So we'll try to get as many questions in as we can. A lot of people getting close to those playoffs, Jeff. They need your help. What about Alshon Jeffrey? Is this the week that he has a hundo and a couple of touchy boos?
He's got a shot at it, but they distribute the ball. Wentz just throws a lot, but he throws it to a lot of different targets. I'm liking Ertz a little bit more than Alshon Jeffrey.
What about the Packers receivers with Brett Hundley? How much do they get knocked down?
Lots of people are wondering about this game because it looks to be high scoring on Sunday afternoon. You got to watch the weather, though. It could be raining out there, so keep that in mind. Hundley was a Southern California guy, so he hasn't played in much rain. But he's more of a deep ball guy, so Adams over Cobb, and if Jordy Nelson is healthy, I would take him as well.
Have you given up on Amari Cooper? He hasn't had a catch over 10 yards all year.
Even the short ones he drops. So, no, it's all Crabtree in that offense.
Even the short ones he drops. I like that. What about Terrell Pryor against the Eagles this week?
If he gets enough volume, but they keep wanting to work in Dotson, they've got Reed. There's a lot of mouths to feed there. I think he's a solid wide receiver 3, but not much higher.
All right, Jeff Pasquino from thefootballguys.com answering your fantasy football questions. We're looking at some wide receivers. And what about T.Y. Hilton? He was a big-time fantasy guy last year. Are you starting to lose faith in him?
In the right matchup, he's solid, but against Jacksonville, he's not. So I would not be looking towards his direction this week. I actually think that Jack Doyle is going to see a lot of the volume for the Colts this week.
Okay, it's Fantasy Football Week number 7. Your fantasy football questions now. PT, what are the people asking?
Oh, my gosh, there's at least 10 or 11 here, Mike Gill. So we'll go rapid fire with you, Jeff Pasquino, and get through some of these questions here. Pick 2 in a PPR league, Ajayi, Montgomery, Lynch, Powell, or Buck Allen.
Well, and certainly not Buck Allen. So I think you got Ajayi, Lynch. That's your 2 options.
Ajayi had 130 last week. He finally busted out.
Gil asked you about the quarterbacks a little bit. Cam Newton or Matt Ryan, straight up.
Matt Ryan.
In a PPR league, stick with Kyle Rudolph or go with George Kittle, mainly for spite because of how much I hate Dallas, says Brett.
Kittle's got an interesting matchup. His college roommate is throwing in the ball now, but I still going Rudolph against the Ravens.
Okay, Keenan Allen or McKinnon on a half-point PPR, McKinnon, Pryor, or Darkwa. And I know how you feel about Darkwa, but I threw it out there.
McKinnon twice if you can put him in twice.
Here's one, Cooper or Doug Martin.
Doug Martin.
Somebody wanting trade advice. I was offered Melvin Gordon and Michael Crabtree for Jordan Howard and Doug Baldwin. Is this a good trade for me?
Absolutely. Hit yes before you even blink.
Should I start Frank Gore or Robert Woods in my flex in PPR?
Robert Woods has a great matchup this week, but Gore sees a lot of volume. I don't trust the Colts offense, so I'm going to go Robert Woods this week.
PPR league, pick 3. Tyreek Hill, Dez, Diggs, Cobbs, Alshon.
I'm going to go Cobb, Dez, and Hill. Diggs isn't 100% healthy yet.
Okay, Tevin Coleman, James White, Wendell Smallwood, Jay Ajayi. Need to pick 2.
Ajayi and Tevin Coleman in that a lot of scoring in that game.
All right, last one. Bills defense or Rams D in my PPR league?
Ooh, I think I lead towards the Rams defense against Arizona.
All right, Jeff Pasquino from the footballguys.com. Here's a real quick question that I thought of for you. Last year, if you had Justin Tucker, he was winning weeks for you. Is it time to pull the plug on Justin Tucker?
Yeah, there's a lot of better kickers. I like Jake Elliott of all the guys out there. He's solid every week.
How about that? See, kicker question there for you, PT.
I like kicker
got a lot of questions this week. Sorry we couldn't get to all of them. You can always hit Jeff up on Twitter at Jeff Pasquino. And, of course, he'll be back next week with your Week 8. But, Jeff, there's always guys we fail to mention. Who are some of the guys under the radar that you're looking to play this week?
Quarterback Brent Hundley is definitely in play, as is Deshaun Kaiser if you're really desperate against a bad Tennessee defense. Running backs Melvin Gordon has to get a mention. A lot of the guys from last week, Ingram, McKinnon, Christian McCaffrey in PPR leagues should be out there too. Sleeper, watch out for Marlon Mack for the Colts. You might want to pick him up and stash him. He might be up there if Gore gets banged up. Wide receiver, I like Allen Hurns, especially if Lee is out this week. And tight end, great weekend for tight ends. You got Kelsey, you got ASJ, Walker, Hunter Henry, and I love Jimmy Graham.
All right, there you go. Jeff Pasquino from the footballguys.com with your fantasy football questions for week number 7. Get your lineup set for tonight. Any Thursday night football guys, don't forget about them and get your bye week guys out. And the guys who were on the bye last week, get them in. Jeff, good luck to you.
Good luck, everybody. Enjoy the games.